I dwell on them or obsess over them or any of that. But I'm not going to go back into some of those old habits because the thought of it makes me sin. I am not practicing a sinful lifestyle. I do mess up. And I do try to get better. Okay? So, how are you feeling about your sins? When people come to me and say, hey man, I'm really struggling with this, I'll say, okay, how are we going to fix it? Because I'm a fixer. I look in the very logical, surface level of, like my favorite example, I'm an alcoholic. Are you going to the bar? Well, yeah, quit that. I'm not going to have any sympathy on you for slipping into alcoholism if you don't stop going to the bar. Step 1, stop drinking. Step 2, stop being around drinking. Step 3, let's do some practical things, then we'll get into the heart of what's really causing you to need this in your life, okay? So whatever that sin is that you're going through, my first question is always, how do we get you to stop doing that? How do we prevent you from doing that? Do you do it when you're alone? Stop being alone. Do you do it when you're with people? Stop being with those people. Those things. If you're not willing to even take one little step into practical prevention, you're not seeing God. You're not willing to see God. You're not willing to look for God. You're thinking, I know best how to do this. You're sinning. So that's why I tell you guys all the time the same stuff over and over and over again. Because you're like, oh, John, I want to be a Christian, and on the mission trip it's great, and I just feel so close to God. But then after I get back, I just feel so far from God. And I go, what's the difference? Are you spending 3 hours a day with God? Are you hanging out with Christians? No. Are you reading your word? No. Are you worshiping? No. Are you cussing, watching things you shouldn't, doing things you shouldn't? Well, yeah. Stop it! Look, you were doing this and it was working. You're doing this and it's not working. Go back over here. Get as close to this as you can. And if you're going to look me in the eye and say, John, I love Jesus. I'm a Christian. I'm going to say, okay, great. And then you go, but some of this stuff, it's just okay to do. I'm going to go, what's 1 John chapter 3 say? There's some things that we just don't get to do. And if you're going to argue with me, that's fine. That's fine. We can disagree and still be perfectly legit, total on-fire Christians. We can't, because you and I are not going to agree on everything. But when you look in God's Word, and you say, you know what, God? Your Word says that, homosexuality is a sin. But I want to be a homosexual. You're now arguing with God because you think your way is best. You think you know better than God. Therefore, you're proud, you're arrogant, you're self-righteous. You're going against loving God with all you have above all things.